If you're Native Black American, you cannot take any statistic at face value. Let me do it, Dr. Umar. I'm going to repeat myself. If you are Native Black American, you cannot take any statistic at face value. And let me explain. So I'm going to give an example. So they always try to run this narrative about how our homes are predominantly single mothers, like we're the number one single mothers in the country and all this other stuff, right? That's one narrative, and that's to make you feel like shit, even though their people aren't procreating enough and are going extinct. But that's another story for another time. Then they tell you a totally separate narrative and act like they're not connected. And then they start to say, well, Black Americans have the lowest income as a group besides probably the immigrants or whatever. That's another narrative, and that's, again, designed to make you feel bad about yourself, right? But they never tell you and connect those dots for you. But I'm going to connect them for you. If you have majority of Black American households are single parent run in the head of households, right? And they're basically saying that most other groups, because I don't want to they always try to ban me and take down my videos. And they say that other groups are doing double, triple better than us, right? Most of them, they're saying double. They say that the average Black American household makes $44K per year, right? So if we are single, but their households always have two people, most likely, sometimes three or four, depending on the community, then of course their incomes are going to be more than ours because they have two people in the home creating wealth. Let me repeat that. If we have a lot of head of households that are being run by a single person, like a head of household, one person is really holding it down, and the average is 44K. And these people have two people, three people, maybe even four people who are bringing home money into the household, then they are double, tripling, and quadrupling their wealth. It's not that we're the poorest because we are just the poorest. We're the poorest because we are not married and we don't have two people like the rest of the groups in the home creating the household income. If overnight, our single parent homes had a second person, or we all decided to get married or have another person come in the home, then instantly our wealth would double for that household. Because make sure that they're telling you the household income. They're not telling you one person. They're saying the household income, because that 44 would now become 88, which means now we're competing with Asians and whites in our families. So they keep trying to make it seem like something's wrong with us. That's why we're not making a certain amount. But it's not that. They're not telling you the story because they want to weaponize you and make you feel bad about yourself. They're not saying to you, which is obvious, that if you just had a second person in the home creating money just like you were, now your household income would be almost 6K. This is one of the reasons why they do trash single mothers. This is one of the reasons why you have so many gender wars. This is one of the reasons why you have so much angst and so much encouragement and making sure that they divide the Black man and the Black woman in America, because they understand that. They know that if we ever got it back together and married again, most of us would be making close to six figures in our household.